Hi, this is Karthikeyan for Let's Be Useful channel. And today we are going to see how to register your service business in MSME to get UAM number. And what is a plant and unit name in proprietary service company during MAM registration, UAM registration. Before going into the registration process, let's see what are all the key takeaways. And first and foremost, there are a lot of fishy website and which demands upfront fees. You don't need to visit those, and you have to visit government website, which I will give these details in my description of the YouTube. And you can make use of it. And apart from that, SSI registration is replaced by EM Part 1 and Part 2 through MSME Act in 2006. Later, this EM Part 1 is completely stopped and there is no EM Part 1 now. And EM Part 2, which is equivalent to MSME registration, is still available. And you can, if you want, you can get the UAM number with reference to your EM Part 2. So before going into the details, let's see what are all the key requirements before registering your new business. So ensure that you have finalized the nature of business and you should not confuse after entering into the website. And you have to freeze your company name and email ID so that you can feed immediately. Ensure your name is matching in PAN, Aadhar and other supporting documents. This may yeah, otherwise it will create conflict while registering GSTN and opening bank account. I I faced this issue. That is why I'm adding this point. And then ensure that you get a no consent letter from the person who owns your office address. For example, if you have planned to start your business in your home, then who is owning your flat or property, you have to get the no consent letter from him. If it is rented, then make a legal rental document and that will suffice the requirement. And it is not mandatory for UAM, but you keep it in your file so that it will have a record that while starting the company, these are all the records. And it is mandatory while applying GST. Otherwise, you may not be able to apply it. And things to remember for proprietorship registration, you cannot use any of the government subsidies based on backward category, as proprietary will come under general category. So, and next one is proprietary will not come under Startup India scheme. Here you need at least minimum LLP is the requirement. That is nature of company, limited liability partnership company, or any other companies. Proprietary will not come under Startup India scheme. Where in Startup India scheme you can get some benefit from the government, and that you may not be able to utilize for this scheme. Okay, let's go into the website registration. In this website, you have to select new entrepreneurs who are not registered, and you have to feed your Aadhar number, name of the applicant, and you have to validate with the OTP number for the Aadhar. Then it will go to the next session. Here you have to select your type of industry. As the YouTube is prepared for proprietary, and you have to feed the individual Aadhar number of the applicant. This only will become the Aadhar of company, proprietorship company. Next, you will land in this session. Here you have to fill whether you have filed ITR. I am selecting no, as I have not filed, and I don't have a GSTN. And then you have to read all the terms and conditions before selecting all the forms. And next, you have to feed your mobile number, prime mobile number, and email ID, and category of ownership. This is applicable for other than proprietorship companies, and as it is proprietorship, we have to directly go to point number 8. Social category is general, and gender is female, and specifically able to know. And serial number 11, name of the enterprise, and here you have to add your plant with the same address whatever. From the drop down you can select the company whatever the plant added earlier, and whatever the address you have fed as official communication, official address of the communication, that will come automatically. Then we have to go to serial number 15. Serial number 14 is not applicable. If you are opting for EM2, then you have to select that number. Then you have to go for status of enterprise, and you have to select the date and whether production or business is commenced. No. For bank, serial number 16, you have to enter your bank details. You can indicate your personal bank details. Later, after getting GST, you have to update the GST company bank, current bank account number there. Then serial number 17, whether it is manufacturing or services, you have to indicate. And I am selecting services. And then you have to select the NIC code. And this NIC code, before selecting this NIC code, better you get from your client where they have the NIC code. Otherwise, you discuss with your friend or some consultant so that they can give you the NICR code. Otherwise, you have to select one by one after peculiar searching. For example, I have done two NICR code selection. I will tell you how to do it. Services, then select the first 2-digit NIC code, and it will be further breakdown. There will be n number of activities, and you have to select the specific one, whatever the business you have selected. So I have selected this one, and for example, I am selecting it, and you can add up to 6 NIC digit. You can select 6 businesses. So I am doing it only one for your reference. Actually, this will be the final code will be like this. Final 5-digit code will be like this. If you are doing the business, this will be the code. So I am selecting it, and likewise I have done for all the 6 codes. I have already completed, and then we have to go for serial number 2 and 20 and 21, where you have to fill all details are 0 because there is no investment, no turnover, no no other machineries or something like that. Then number 22 and 23 both select yes, and district name automatically it will come, and you have to feed the OTP and the verification code, and finally you will get the Udyam number.